So Darius, so we're just saying that, again, we bring people these 10x to 100x stocks. Fans is actually one of our 10 baggers of 2020, early 21, and there's been a pullback with the market right now. So I think there's an opportunity for people to kind of either for new people to come in at these levels, which are I think pretty compelling, or I don't want to say double down, but it's an opportunity for people to take kind of that second bite of the apple, so to speak. And you have what's interesting is the stock, right? I mean, where you are right now, your developments right now, you're much further along than where you were when the stock was double the price at $1.50 or $1.20 or $2, whatever it is, which is ironic, no?
Yeah, we keep hitting milestones and executing, but of course, there's been a bit of a market pullback, right? But I think we're, like you said, in a much better position than we were just a few months ago. So we're still very, very excited about the future.
So I kind of I think it would be a good time to really get investors up to speed, get them updated on exactly what you've been doing, like what in the story. Because I mean, a lot of people they're seeing the stock. Oh my God, the stock is going down. But a lot of stocks are especially in the growth space, are going down. But the irony is everything is is really progressing much further ahead. And I want to kind of go through a couple things. One is I want to talk about what's happening with the UK, McBookie, all that stuff. But actually, I wanted to start off with something which there was a piece of news came out, and I saw it, and I apologize, I didn't really pay too much attention to it because it was like kind of like awards. I was like, awards. I didn't understand it. Then I look at it. Oh my God! Like before, this is like a big deal. This what is it? EGR, and you're not. So I want you to explain the award you're nominated for, what the organization is, because I looked at, because I went before the interview, I figured, let me check this out. I go to the website, and my God, like you're right there. You're like right there featured. It says FansUnite right next to GAN, IGTs, it can be. These are like, I mean, so essentially you're being positioned, or you could win this award and beat out these essentially multi-billion-dollar companies.
Yeah, that was huge for us. It was the EGR North American Awards, and we actually got nominated for 2 awards, and we got the notification that we were nominated. And then, like you said, we went to see who else was shortlisted, and seeing our name against these multi-billion-dollar gaming giants, right, is pretty cool. Gives a lot of confidence. Like on the Sportsbook Platform Provider of the Year award, the other nominees were, like you said, IGT. It's a $3.6 billion company. Canby, $13.2 billion company. Scientific Games, $5.3 billion company, and FansUnite, right? So for our platform to be up there with these companies when our team is so much smaller with less resources, I think it's just a testament, not only to our team but our tech, and where we can go from here.
Yeah, no, I mean it's really incredible. Hang on, maybe what I should do. Maybe I should actually let me see if I can pull it up on. I'm gonna do a screen share because I was like, this is actually pretty cool. Hang on a second, Darius. Hang on a second. Let me just do. Let me set this up. I wasn't planning to do this before, but let me do this screen share because I think it's important for people to see this. I think it's a big deal because again, there's how many companies? There's so many companies in the space, and the fact that your FansUnite is nominated is I think is a major validation. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, here we go. Short list. Okay. There we go. So we got the short list, right? So we got Sportsbook Platform Provider right there is FansUnite is in top position. We got IGT, Canby, Scientific, and so why is Fans on top? Is that because you're most likely to win, or what's the reason for the order?
I think it's a random order,
but it's impressive. It's like they have
just being on that list with those. I think the smallest company on that list I think is 3.6 billion, right? So outside of us, of course.
And that means sportsbook platform provider. So in other words, anybody that wants to have a sportsbook, any casino, anybody who's in the business who's thinking of doing one, they follow this EGR as like a major industry, it's like a major thing in the trade. So you're gonna get massive attention. I mean, and if you win this award, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I mean, this just validates our platform, like you said, for other companies looking to get a sportsbook or even a full service platform, like on the other award. This EGR North America award should validate what we're building and the technology we have.
I think it's incredible. I mean, I can't believe you make a bigger deal. You guys are very, very modest. I mean, you're not talking about all the great things you're doing. With this, we got to get you more promotional. We need more because this is. If it was some other companies, I mean, there would be like I'd be hearing about this like every day for a month.
Yeah, we try to update our shareholders on all these achievements and milestones, right? But then for us, it's quickly about putting our heads back down and focusing on executing.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a huge deal. Okay, so basically, so this company, this EGR, essentially, they're who are they reaching? Who's their audience? Is it pretty much everybody in the gaming space worldwide?
Yeah, it is global. This particular one is EGR North America, but they do global awards as well. So yeah, they have the attention and viewership of a huge global audience in the gaming space.
Okay, so the awards, I guess I was going to say awards. So the award thing is at the end of the month, but the fact that you're even nominated, you're shortlisted, I think is again alongside huge company, because I don't see any other small companies in there. There's just you and these giants. There's no other. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's a big deal. Okay, so now. You got another piece of news that just came out, which I think is pretty interesting in terms of, again, and it ties into this theme of that you're really, it's like the company is expanding its footprint, especially in the U.S. So you engage with this group, 76 Capital Sports. They have this very long name, 76 Sports Capital Advisor, whatever it is, to get essentially to expand your footprint in the U.S. with sports books, all that good eSport. Explain exactly what the deal is about, what they're going to do for you, what your expectations are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we keep talking about how we want to expand our footprint in the U.S. and I think we can do that ourselves. But if there's any opportunities for us to be able to accelerate that growth, we like to do it. And 76 has a great network of sports and entertainment companies. Even they have an athlete arm, which is really cool. And so they have a great network in the U.S. market and work with some of the top gaming companies. I think they've worked with and or invested in various companies like Big Tree that got acquired by Fubo. They've worked with VSIN that got acquired by DraftKings. So they have that network, which is awesome. And for us, the partnership's about going out there with them. With our technology and our brand and going and find other brand partners that want to get in the gaming space, we can launch activations together in the U.S. market. So we think they can help accelerate our growth in the U.S. market. And that's a big focus for us in the next 12 to 24 months.
Okay. And, so speaking of the U.S., like what is the plan for the U.S.? Because I think like this is something you really just started talking about or I mean, you've probably been working on it, but you really only started talking about just in the last couple of months. Like what should we expect? I mean, you're doing the eSports book in Colorado, right? You got the eSports thing happening. When is that going to kick in, by the way, the eSports betting?
Yeah, we gave an update on that a couple of weeks ago. We've done our part. We've kind of built the platform. It's ready to go. Our partners are just waiting on the regulators to give them the go-ahead. So unfortunately, when it gets with the regulators, we can't really pinpoint time. It's just on them right now. So we're just waiting. We're on standby, ready to turn that on whenever they give us the go-ahead. But like you said, that's the first activation. That's in Colorado. Other news that we put out there, we signed with Jeff Ifrah Law, who's one of the preeminent gaming lawyers in North America, to help us navigate the U.S. market. We're going after software supplier licenses, New Jersey being the first, and then other states will be dictated by conversations we're having or other business development opportunities in the U.S. market.
Okay, so yeah, so actually David was so David's asking about license. Okay, so any update on the new? Oh, so this is you're saying New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working on that. It's a pretty hefty application, but we of course welcome regulation. So Scott and I are going through our application right now, working with Jeff Ifrah to put forth the best application. I would still think it's a few months away.
Okay, and what about the UK gaming license?
Yeah, another good question. Again, whenever you deal with regulators, it's very difficult to put that to put a date on it. But we keep thinking end of May is kind of our target date. We are in constant communication with the UK regulators. They said we've put forth a really strong application. We were pretty thorough on our application, so So I think hopefully by end of May, early June, we'll get both our UK licenses.
Okay,
I didn't realize I was live on air when I said I had the newborn.
Oh, I think it was before. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. So the basically this month is we should expect in theory the next we're already in the first, so roughly in the next 4 weeks we're gonna get the UK license. Knock on wood.
We hope so, and that'll probably be so far our biggest milestone to date this year. So we're on standby for that. We get them the information they require as soon as they send it over. So we're pretty diligent there. We're looking forward to getting those too.
Okay, so this, it's amazing. It's sort of like it's almost like a lot of times investors that when they look at they look at the stock, they see the things that it's like a roller coaster. I mean, this is a stock that went from 20 cents to 2 and change back to 60 cents, and they think, oh my God, this is it. It's all. And the reality is, the growth of a company, it's sort of like an acorn underground. Just because you don't see anything doesn't mean that the acorn and the thing is growing and then it's going to pop out and you're going to have a massive oak tree. Of course, these things happen faster than oak. Companies grow faster. So just because you don't see anything doesn't mean something is not happening. It's like it's like the baby, right? Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not being developed for 9 months.
Yeah, so, and we do our best to try to communicate with our shareholders with what we're doing, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we think we're firing on all cylinders right now with our company. Obviously, like you said, there's been a full kind of market.
Let's go back to the newborn thing. Yeah, just because you don't see the kid doesn't mean is developing for it. It takes them 9 months, and then all of a sudden they pop out, and then there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is, I think, right now you're working on some things which all of a sudden we're going to see. Probably, it may not be for a couple of months, realistically. I mean, by the time you get the benefits of it, like the UK gaming license, the New Jersey license, the eSports, all of a sudden somebody could wake up in, at the end of, let's call it, I'll be conservative, September 1st, like almost a year, our 1 year anniversary. They're going to wake up September 1st and they'll say, oh my God, this is like, these guys have, all these great things. And, and then let's say you win this award, even the fact that you're nominated. I mean, I think this is going to give you massive attention in the US space.
Yeah, just putting us in the same name as those groups is huge for us. And we've been public, like you said, we've been public now for 12 months, and we've done a lot in the last 12 months. And I think we're in a really strong position now with our tech, with our team, the acquisitions we've made, the revenue growth we're having. We're cashed up. We have no debt.
What's the cash position? I mean, what was it? I think, how much do you have? A ballpark?
I think we have about 15 million cash. We have zero debt. That gives us years of runway. We don't have a huge burn. We're revenue generating, which is great. So allows us to then not have to think about cash and just keep focusing on the business and growing.
Yeah, it's interesting because the reality is you've only been public really a year, roughly less than a year, I think. 12
months. We went public May 5th, so just over. Yeah.
Oh wow! It's again, congratulations. So 1 year, which is amazing because a lot of companies, they're public for you hear stories all the time. There's been a lot of progress. Let's talk about McBookie, and then we'll go back to this. But I think McBookie is actually a good example of something which has been really we've seen some pretty strong development. Give us an update. What's going on there in terms of gaming revenues?
Yeah, we love our McBookie platform, our acquisition. The team out there is so strong. When we acquired them, we had a mandate to double their revenue in the first year, and we did that, which was awesome. We had a mandate again to double our revenue here in 2021, and we're on pace to do that. We put a press release out giving some updates on their Q1 numbers, which are really strong. So we're excited about that platform. I think we had just under $1 million of revenue in Q1 over, I think, 28 million of betting volume. So these are great numbers for us. We're continuing to get new players onto the platform, and we're still not, out there spending a significant amount on marketing dollars. So still a ton of room to grow. There's big events this year with the Euro Cup. Scotland's in it, so big marketing opportunities for us out there. There's the Olympics again. So we think we still have a lot of room to grow there. We're still scratching the surface of what we can do with McBookie, and we're still focusing really on Scotland, but we have the opportunity to go after the entire UK market with that platform.
Okay, so let's get to a couple of questions here. Oh yeah, this is yeah. I really want to get into this. So Mike is asking. Okay, so the games, which is I think this is a big part of the story, which is all the iGaming. So what do you call those RNG game? Which is essentially, I mean that's the big cash generator for all these guys for these casino sportsbooks. What's any update on the aggregation that channel?
Yeah, so we gave all our games to the year to integrate into the platform. We were down the queue a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. They said now it's our turn, so they've been integrating our games. They still haven't given us the go ahead that they're complete. We're hoping it's really any day now, and so we're excited about that too. Because once those get integrated, then all their casino partners can turn on our games. So that'll be good for us. Start being able to see which games get played, which the casinos like, start getting revenue generating on those, and then we're continuing building more games. Our 5th game's almost complete now, so we still like to get a suite of about 10 games by the end of the year, and then sign more aggregator partners.
So basically, okay, so the goal is to get 10 of these games at the end of the year, and I think it's very important to reiterate kind of the business model and the upside of that, because just walk us through. What those numbers would look like. Each game can generate how much per casino.
Yeah, the business model is we built these games, like these random number generated games, and they have guaranteed what they call RTP, so return to players. So you have these built-in margins that you essentially know you're going to be able to make over the long run, anywhere from I think 2.5% to 4%. And then if those games are on our platforms, obviously we take those. If those games are going through aggregators, then we share that revenue with the aggregator and the casino partners. So we'll do the revenue share on those. So the more casinos we can get into, more players are playing these games, more rev share we're taking. So the year has over 120 different sportsbooks in their integration. But that's just one aggregator. We'd like to sign 2 or 3 more later this year as well, get our games into hopefully over 1,000 different sportsbooks across the world.
Okay, so 1,000 different sportsbooks. But the numbers in terms of you can generate, I think last time maybe it was Scott that mentioned, if a game is working, you can generate 500 grand a month to the bottom line from your share of that.
Yeah, I think the really popular games. Yeah, the really popular games can generate a significant amount of revenue. So that's why we're excited to just get these games live on these casinos and see which ones are popular and see which ones get played, so that we can start projecting more of our casino revenue and then keep building games and getting them into more casinos. Everyone wants to get, you want to get your players into the casino, right? That's a big mandate for a lot of these companies. So we recognize that, and we think that there's an opportunity to go after a younger demographic with our casino games, the same demographic that plays, eSports as well. So we can have sports books, traditional sports, we have eSports, we have casino games, and being the owner of that content, I think, is key.
Yeah, because it's like if you have, let's say you're not even doing 5. Let's say the game is generating 100 grand per casino. You have 10 of these games, potentially $1 million, and you spread that over 1,000. I don't want to go the numbers, but realistically, you could be generating 30 million a year, in 18 months.
Yeah, we still don't really. Yeah, we don't project our casino revenues yet until we get an understanding. But yeah, the popular games can generate significant 6 figures for us. So we got to get.
That 30 million number is because I know there's I think we talked about it off air a while back. There's a guy who has this one of these video game things, which is a betting. It's like a guy, and the guy's making 30 million a year in revenue from it, license. I mean,
there's a lot of money to be made. Yeah,
it's going in his pocket basically. I mean, this is it's pure profit.
Yeah.
So
once the games are built, they don't have a ton of I guess maintenance. It's just maintenance costs once the games are built, right? So once they're popular and they're going in, they're just revenue generating.
Because essentially this is the whole thing with the this is the big deal. This is the thing we keep hearing over and over in the eSports and the video game world. Is that essentially these become like franchises and they go on. Okay, so let's jump to a few questions and then we're gonna wrap up. We got a question about eSports. Speaking of franchises, okay. So with Counter-Strike, are you trying to implement real-time betting? Are you gonna have real-time betting on Counter-Strike?
Yeah, we have the real-time betting. What we call our stream betting. So as you're watching the event, you'll get live odds and betting opportunities coming in on the screen every 30 seconds, which is really cool. So that's definitely one of our products. We want to keep adding more real-time betting, which is obviously one of the most popular kind of types of betting in real time. And we'll do that for not just esports, but traditional sports as well, of course.
Okay. Question about, I think maybe we can wrap up here. Okay, so institutional investors. Do you have any? By the way, I think you have some analyst coverage coming in now. You have any institutions coming into the stock, or are they waiting for the the UK gaming license, the Canadian? What's going on there?
We had some institutions coming in on our last financing, the one we closed in January. So that was our first kind of getting in some real institutions. I think we're going to continue to get more. Some analysts we speak to are looking for certain things like potential UK licenses, the passing of Bill C-218. So yeah, absolutely, we're going to hopefully keep getting more institutions and supplement that with our retail audience.
Okay. What about those ETFs? I know there's a couple of video game or gaming ETFs out there. Are any of those in the stock?
No, I don't think so. Early on, they had mandates of how big a company they were. I think we now are at the point where they can start looking at us with our size. So
okay,
yeah,
okay, that could be that could be a catalyst.
Yeah.
What's going on with Vamos?
Vamos is good. We're getting registrations now, so just continue to build that sales funnel and making sure that sales funnel works. Actually starting to spend a little bit of money on marketing, kind of more test marketing and making sure everything works. So, we're going to continue updating the market on Vamos. There's some good opportunities this year in terms of marketing and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see some news on Vamos and updates on that in the next few weeks.
Okay, excellent. Darius, I mean, so it's really great to get this update. I hope you win this award, because I think it'll be great visibility for the stock. Obviously it'll translate into probably more business for the company also, But yeah, I mean it's a big milestone to be in there with these huge giants. I think it's gonna be very impressive. Okay, so Darius, thank you, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you in the coming weeks. I know there's gonna be some news flow. You got a big pipeline right now.
Yeah, we'll just keep hitting our milestones. We'll keep executing. We'll make sure we'll keep our shareholders updated. And if you have any questions, reach out. We're happy to chat to all our shareholders.
Fantastic. Thank you again, Darius.
Thank you so much. Cheers.